Overwatch Contenders North America Week 1 had some incredible matches. We saw the birth of the Gladiators Legion, XL2, and even Mayhem Academy, but it would be last night's leftovers taking on the Grizzlys Esports in the first match of the week and the inaugural 2018 season. This match featured some creativity out of both sides, but it would be Grizzlys Esports that would come out with quite the peculiar composition on their round of attack on Numbani. Here's some of my thoughts on Grizzlys Esports' Protect the McCree composition. So in this composition from Grizzlys Esports, I wanted to talk about the kind of general concepts and what roles each of the heroes have in the team. So we have our Mercy. Our Mercy is here obviously to heal, but she can also res, and she also does a lot of damage amplification. She also has quite a lot of mobility, especially vertical mobility, which point A on Numbani actually has quite a lot of. If we look at point A, it actually has tons of vertical key points on the map, especially on defense, where that's pretty much where the defenders are going to be holding most of the time. So if you have, a D.Va running in, if you have a McCree maybe a little bit out of position, maybe you have a Sombra gunning in and, diving the high ground, you're going to need someone to be able to transition from high and low very easily, especially if you have to move your Orisa off of the high ground. You can do that while also keeping Zen maybe peeking a corner. So, and she can move back and forth very easily, right? That's the general idea. Another thing is that Sombra in this composition is more of a support. Her damage is nice, and it is the main way that she's going to now build EMP, which is an amazing ultimate. But her general idea here is to hack as many people as she can. If she hacks people, it sets up the Zen, it sets up the McCree to do the amazing and the impressive damage that those characters are going to be able to put out. This composition, for me, when I look at it, is very New York-esque. It's very New York Excelsior-esque in the fact that a lot of the damage is going to be coming from the Zen, but most importantly, it's going to be actually coming from the McCree. That's not surprising, I know, but it is surprising in the sense that all of the resources, all of the kind of the composition itself is centered around the McCree pick here. You could put a soldier here, you could put a Widowmaker here, but I think that this map, at least on, point B and point C, lends itself more to the McCree overall. And I think they're just trying to mitigate the loss of ult charge due to switching and that kind of general concept. Not only that, but McCree does actually really well against just straight up dive when you have this much resources kind of pivoting around him. Another kind of interesting thing here I would love to see, or at least would love to actually get the players input on, is why not run a McCree, or I'm sorry, not McCree, Lucio. Why not run Lucio here to kind of better defend against that high tempo Genji Tracer dive, which I think would be interesting. But I digress. We have Zenyatta here, right? Discord Orb, Harmony Orb, two of the more impactful abilities in the game, I would say. A Winston isn't going to want to jump on a McCree who has a Harmony Orb and is targeted with a Discord Orb. You're not going to want that. Nobody's going to want that. D.Va doesn't want that. Nope, nobody wants to jump in on that, right? That said, Transcendence, amazing ability. He's going to build it up quite a lot, especially because he's going to be right-clicking into people that don't have Defense Matrix or don't even have the ability to use Defense Matrix, because Sombra's there to hack them. So if Winston jumps in, gets hacked, can't use his bubble, or maybe he bubbles and gets hacked and he can't jump away, McCree and Zen are right there, and they're just going to drill him super, super hard. There again, D.Va, she's a staple. I don't think she's going anywhere anytime soon. She blankets your team. She can go aggressive. She can go defensive. Her ultimate just knocks people off the cart. It's great. It's a good party all around for D.Va players everywhere, because I don't think that your character's going anywhere. And then we have Orisa, which is kind of interesting, right? We don't see a ton of Orisa on this map, but we are starting to see it kind of creep into the meta. If we look at Overwatch League, we see her paired up with Roadhog. We see her pair up on especially Widow maps. We're seeing her actually quite a bit on King's Row now. And I think that this could be the start of an interesting chain of events that could impact what we're seeing, especially coming into week 5 and the stage 2 playoffs, where Orisa may see quite a lot an increase in playtime, perhaps even over Reinhardt in that sense, in these tank compositions, or the more static compositions, right? Where we're not looking to move around a ton, where you just want to hold a specific area or a specific set of areas and just turret from those, right? Kind of creating a little pillbox. Not only that, she gives up her own damage amplification with Supercharger, which is 50% damage amp on anybody in an area. It's great. Nobody really wants to fight into that either. It's probably one of the better ultimates, better teamfight ultimates in the game. A lot of people look at, Earth Shatter. A lot of people look at Graviton Surge. I think above all else, I think that Supercharger probably is the most infallible, because you can't get it eaten. It can't be blocked, and it just does, right? You just put it down and it has instant value no matter what. Then, obviously it's up to your teammates to hit shots and do the damage, but I think that's that goes without saying. That should be, their idea in the first place. Not only that, but she has Halt. And I think that a lot of people overlook this ability as oh, it's good, but how coordinated can you be? Well, if you're a professional team, I think that you actually can be quite coordinated, and we've seen examples of this. If you look at Roadhog Orisa combos, where you halt someone and then you instantly have the ability to hook them, that could be applied to a Zenyatta right click or even a McCree left click, right? So if you're forcefully moving someone in a position to, on demand, it kind of by proxy increases your team's overall accuracy in a way. Yes, you have to be coordinated. Yes, you have to hit that specific shot, but I think it's much easier if you physically move them in a position at a particular time. It's going to give your DPS a much easier time to hit those shots. But the overall concept of this composition is to protect McCree. He gets all the resources. He's here to frag. He's here to shine. And he does that because he's shooting Discord orb targets. He's getting damage boosted. He's getting, hacks off on key targets. If you don't have a Winston bubble, let's say even if you don't have a Reinhardt shield, you don't have a defense matrix, what happens if you pop High Noon in the middle of a fight off of an EMP? You're going to get some residual kills. I'm not saying you're going to get 4 and 5Ks, but you're going to get a few kills off of that for sure. Not only that, but you really don't want to dive into him. High tempo dive, I think, would be not the counter, but I think the best composition running into this. And what I mean by high tempo dive is the Genji Tracer, Winston Diva, Lucio Zen, probably. Get in there, brawl with them, throw a little bit of, damage around, maybe get a couple pickoffs here and there, and really force out a lot of the resources, a lot of the ultimates, and start to whittle them down and slow them down. Because once they get on the cart with this composition, it's going to be very difficult to kind of dislocate them from the cart. In a sense, it's very similar to kind of the protect the president, protect the bastion on Junkertown. It's similar to that, but a little bit more versatile in the sense that McCree can move around. He has flashbang, and I think his ultimate actually could see a lot of use in terms of less so about zoning and actually getting some frags off. But Grizzlys Esports cruises through this map easily within 3 minutes, and really catches last night's leftovers off guards. I hope you enjoyed this video. I thought this was a great composition from Grizzlys Esports. I wanted to highlight that and kind of break it down and show you guys some cool plays. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.